For staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Daily News Hub. The major story here, Rivers boils as local government crisis turns bloody, sporadic gunshots fired at protesters. And the other writer there, policeman, vigilance operative killed in shootout. Armed youth chase away council chairman from secretariat, block others, destroy Wike's statue. After Fubara ordered LGAs, that's heads of local governments, to take over the local governments running from ex-council chairman. Now, Governor convenes emergency security meeting, warns former local government bosses against returning to office, vows anyone attempting to arrest my supporters will confront me directly. Another story here, charge 23 ex-council chairmen for treason, reps G60 tells Fubara. Charge 23 ex-council chairmen for treason, reps G60 tells Fubara. And the downstrip there, APC lambasts Kwankwaso on comments over Kano Emirates crisis. And at the top corner, Rivers crisis, Tinubu will rather deal with Fubara than Wike. Aisha Yusufu is saying that. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily News Hub. We'll move to the First News newspaper now. Still talking about Rivers boils. Governor Fubara's loyal youth oust the defiant pro-Wike local government bosses from office. And the riders there, policeman, vigilante member killed. End crisis now, Niger Delta Group urges Tinubu. Focus on Abuja, let Fubara Rivers be. Clark cautions Wike. And another story here, Nigerians, not the only people facing poverty. That's what the president is quoted as saying. And they write there, you're elected to reduce poverty, not mock Nigerians. Labour Party replies. And the top corner, Bayero versus Sanusi Federal High Court, National Industrial Court lacked jurisdiction in chieftaincy battles, says Falana. And those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the First News newspaper. And we move now to the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Rivers in turmoil as Fubara pro-Wike factions battle for local government areas. And Nigeria in race against time as fresh cholera outbreak kills 30 in 30 states. That's another story there. Prioritize Mambila Power Project like Calabar Coastal Road. And another story here, Abuja CCTV project, more questions than answers for $460 million contract 14 years after. It's a news analysis you might be interested in reading. A report here says 300 Nigerian millionaires may migrate in 2024. Osun 2026 APC PDP trade wars over use of diabolical means to win voters' support. And like we told you earlier, NAFDAC says cooked food in fridge beyond 3 days is harmful. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And then we'll move to the front page of the Leadership newspaper now. Tension in Rivers. Fubara Council Chairman flex muscles over tenure expiration. 3 killed as governor summons emergency security council meeting. I won't vacate secretariat. Ikwere local government boss vows. Opposition reps want council chairman charged for treason. Now, paucity of funds threatens 200,000 barrels per day modular refinery projects. And the story at the top corner says, no matter the challenge, I won't turn my back on Nigeria. That's what the president is saying. And another story here, Nigeria learning passport reaches 1 million subscribers. That's what UNICEF is quoted as saying. And entrepreneurs kick over proposed minimum wage. The story might interest you, as it is part of the developments coming out of the fight for a new minimum wage. All right, to the New Telegraph now. Still talking about Rivers local government crisis. Fubara rules out 10-year extension for council bosses meet security agencies. And the writer there says, once against the arrest of supporters, gunshots as citizens take over council's headquarters. Another story here, Tinubu urges Nigerians to embrace new value system. And bandits kill 6, abduct others in fresh Kaduna attack. Nigerian pilgrim dies of heat stroke. A sad one there. Another downstrip, a study saying plant-based diet might reduce prostate cancer progression. Some stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. And now to the Nation newspaper. Rivers descends into violence over tenure of 23 council chiefs. The writers there, policeman, vigilance member killed. Police take control of secretariats after face-off between PDP factions. And how $6.2 million stealing from CBN was shared, court told. Lagosians to wait till end of the third quarter for red rail line. NAFDAC, refrigerating cooked food dangerous. Heavy rain in Pound Southwest, Benue, others, NIMET is warning. Some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And now to the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. Still talking about Rivers local government crisis deepening. Bloody as 2 feared dead. Fubara summons security meeting, vows to subdue intimidation. Reps demand treason trial for ex-local government chairmen, accused them of forceful attempt to retain seats. Now, IPAC backs Fubara, commends head of local government takeover, focus on FCT duties, avoid Rivers politics. Edwin Clark is saying to the former governor of the state, who is also the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. And NUPRC shifts 2024 licensing bid registration deadline. Lagos State launches electronic medical record system for patients' data. All right, those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. To the Punch newspaper now, still also looking at the Rivers crisis. It says cop killed as youth dislodge pro-Wike local government chairman. Fubara meets security chiefs once against the rest of his supporters. Police take over 23 local government secretariats to forestall violence. Federal government seeks UNESCO recognition for Ojide Oba Festival. And that's the picture there. Very colorful celebration. And cholera, WHO, UNICEF hold emergency meeting. Experts warn coppers. Abducted Fouani MD, 3 Lebanese reunite with family. They were rescued, I think, yesterday. And 72 at the top corner, $72 million diversion. Reps panel summons Ajib, NMPC, others. Revenue generating agencies owe federal government over 3 trillion naira. That's what the Federal Allocation Council is saying. It's quite an interesting read. All right, to the salient times now, and is still looking at Rivers crisis. Policeman, vigilante member feared, killed as tension protests spread. Fubara convened security meeting. Wike statue pulled down in Rivers local government area. Wike should remain in Abuja, leave Fubara Rivers alone. That's what Clark, an elder statesman in the state, is saying. Amechi and Wike started politics of madness in Rivers State. Now, jackpot, shortage of bricklayers, roofers, carpenters hits. Okay, that will make an interesting read. Minimum wage, why workers deserve a reasonable adjustment. Former governor of Lagos State and former minister Fashola saying that. Oba Benin confirmed, I am true son of the soil. Akpata, that's Labour Party's governorship candidate in Edo State, reacting there. All right, those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Salient Times. Namide.
I begin here with the Daily Times. Shootings as Fubara directs local government to take over 23 councils. Security operatives killed. Ijaw youths occupy Port Harcourt local government complex. President Tinubu says electrical cable stealing, rail track vandalism, acts of sabotage. And on the oil block licensing, NUPRC extend deadline for pre-qualification document submission. Lagos PDP says misleading radar report says equipment is safe. To the Daily Independent, still on the rivers crisis. Policeman vigilante dies as youth protest return of ex-local government chairman. Pull down Wike statue at Obiapo Council headquarters. Bara asks heads of administration to take charge of local government. Vows to protect rivers people, condemns plan to arrest supporters. Plots to remain seats after end of tenure treasonable, according to reps. PDP National Legal Advisor denies sabotaging party in Rivers Assembly lawmakers' case. APC tackles the Kwankwaso claim federal government is creating new Boko Haram terrorists. No confirmed cases of cholera in Abia, according to the state's government. And the federal government announces a readjustment of criteria for awards of oil blocks. Lagos floats smart health information platform for patient data management. The story is making the front page of Daily Independent. To this, Nigeria, still on the rivers crisis, police take over 23 council secretariats. CP cautions warring groups to obey court ruling as 2 operatives killed. Nigeria not only country facing poverty, President Tinubu says, warns against rail tracks vandalization, stealing of electric cables. Those are the stories making the front page of this Nigeria. The Platform Times. Buhari was a disappointment, according to ex-president, former ally, Galadima. APC tackles Kwankwaso over comment on party breeding Boko Haram terrorists. Do not store cooked food in refrigerator for more than 3 days. NAFDAC warns. And tension in Rivers, Fubara clashes with council chairman over tenure expiration. El-Rufai predicts a downfall of Kaduna governor amid ongoing probe. And paucity of funds threatens 200,000 barrels per day modular refinery project in Nigeria. And on the minimum wage, Fashola advocates reasonable adjustment amidst rising costs. The story is making the front page of Platform Times. On the blueprints, do not amplify drums of war. APC cautions Kwankwaso, that's on the Kano Emirates tussle. Says the federal government has not planned to take over power through insurgency, emergency. Once again, do not store cooked food in refrigerator for over 3 days. NAFDAC warns. Policeman vigilante fed killed over Rivers local government tenure crisis. Fubara summons emergency meeting. CP assures safety. 9 killed, 78 injured in 13 crashes during Salah. In Taraba, angry youth ban alleged killer of 18-year-old POS operator. Nigerians need to stop all economic sabotages. That's according to President Tinubu. The story is making the front page of the blueprints. On the Daily Trust, how PSC, NPF dispute stores recruitment of 10,000 police, only 20,000 instead of 60,000 peaked in 6 years. Insecurity lingers due to lack of coordination. National Assembly must wade in. APC wants Kwankwaso arrested over inciting statement. 2 killed as police pro-Fubara youth clash in Rivers State. The story is making the front page of Daily Trust. To the Business Times, how to curb rising food inflation by a Greek expert. It says reasons for persistent food inflation multifaceted. Wike urges the federal government devise more effective strategies to combat banditry, kidnapping to tackle inflation. IMF urges government to adapt fiscal policy on AI. And on the NDPC law, the law has enhanced investors' confidence in Nigeria. The story is making the front page of Business Time. On Nature News, cooked food in refrigerator poisonous after 3 days, NAFDAC DG says. African MPs urge G7 nations to support climate finance mitigation. World most expensive cow sold for $4 million at auction. And lab scientist blames cholera outbreaks on poor wash practices. The story is making the front page of Nature News. And finally, in Sporting Live, Arsenal will not pay above 120 billion naira for Seaman. Man City to lose De Bruyne, and Joshua to announce a next fight on the 26th of June. The story is making the front page of Sporting Live. Veronica.
All right. I believe that our viewers